trying to attract everyone may be the reason you're not attracting doctors. I know that sounds backwards. Most advisors tell me they don't want to scare away business owners or executives or retirees or entrepreneurs by talking too much about doctors. They want a website that appeals to everyone, a message that appeals to everyone, a practice that serves everyone. But that very strategy may be costing them physician clients. Let me explain. Hi, if we haven't met, I'm Dr. Vicki Rachner. I am a retired surgeon, author, and founder of Engaging Doctors. For more than 15 years, I've helped financial advisors attract, engage, and serve more doctor clients. And today I'd like to talk about what I call the pink door mistake. Here in Seattle, one of the most famous restaurants is called the Pink Door. What's interesting is that the pink door doesn't have a sign. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. It's just a pink door tucked away in Pike Place Market. No flashing lights, no giant sign, no obvious invitation. The first time I dined at the Pink Door, I arrived at the restaurant's location, stood right in front of the restaurant, and wondered, am I in the right spot? Diners find the Pink Door because other people tell them about it. Seattleites tell their friends, visitors hear about it from locals. Its reputation does the heavy lifting. The Pink Door breaks every marketing rule I'm about to teach, and that's exactly the point. The Pink Door doesn't need a sign because it already has a reputation. Most advisors don't, at least not yet. A few years ago, I reviewed the website of an advisor who desperately wanted more doctor clients. He had invested in a beautiful website, professional photography, professional copy, professionally designed. Then he ran ads, driving physician traffic, spending money to attract doctors. There was only one problem. Nothing on the website suggested he worked with doctors. Nothing. No mention of doctors, no mention of medicine, no mention of physician-specific expertise, no mention of the unique challenges physicians face. He had not planted his flag in the medical market and announced, I serve doctors. I told him, you're paying to drive doctors to a door with no sign. When they arrive at your website, they wonder, am I in the right place? He assumed physician would browse around and eventually discover that he specialized in working with doctors. They won't. Doctors are busy. They're evaluating dozens, sometimes hundreds of decisions every day. When a physician lands on your website, they're not conducting a research project. They're asking 3 simple questions. Am I in the right place? Does this person understand doctors, and should I keep reading? And they're making those decisions in seconds, not minutes, seconds. If the answer isn't immediately obvious, they're gone. This is where many advisors get tripped up. They think that positioning themselves for doctors on their websites means that they'll exclude everyone else. It doesn't. It simply means that when a doctor arrives on your website, they know, yes, I'm in the right place. Think about how you would act if you had a serious medical condition. If you had a brain tumor, would you rather be treated by a family doctor who sees all kinds of disease processes or by a neurosurgeon who operates on this kind of brain tumor every day? Doctors live in a world of specialization. They understand that focus often produces better clinical outcomes. When physicians are looking for financial advisors, many apply the same logic. They want somebody who understands medical careers, practice ownership, student loans, disability insurance, medical liability concerns, physician burnouts, and the reality of practicing medicine. Your physician prospects and clients believe that they get better outcomes if they work with an advisor who sees doctors just like them every day. The irony is that many advisors possess that expertise. They've spent years serving doctors. They understand doctors, but they hide it. Their websites look exactly like every other advisor's website. As a result, doctors can't tell the difference. When you plant your flag in the medical market, doctors immediately know they're in the right place. Now, some advisors immediately raise an objection. But Dr. Vicky, I don't want to scare away business owners. Fair point. So let me talk about that. You can approach your website in one of two ways. You can either be a lumper or a splitter. If you're a lumper, you have one website, and then from the main menu of the website, you can have buttons for doctors, for business owners. Then your prospect can self-select and go to pages that are just for them, because the copy you write for business owners is going to be different than the copy that you write for doctors. On the other hand, you could be a splitter. So you have one website just for doctors and another one for business owners or whomever you serve. So let's say your company name is Green Financial. You can go out and purchase another URL, maybe Green Financial for Docs. Then you can create an entire website that is just for doctors. Now, there isn't a right and a wrong way. You can either be a lumper or a splitter. But what's important is that when a doctor arrives on your website, they understand you have a commitment to serving the doctors who serve the community. And here's something interesting. The advisors who worry about losing business owners often discover the opposite happens. Business owners see that physicians trust you and think, hey, that person must be pretty good. Doctors are viewed as sophisticated professionals. People assume that if doctors trust you, you've earned that trust for a reason. In some cases, your physician specialization actually increases your credibility with people outside this niche. Now, let me reveal why I'm spending so much time on this topic. This is the first mistake in my upcoming book, 9 Mistakes Financial Advisors Make That Cost Them Doctor Clients and How to Fix Them. And mistake number 1 is the failure to plant your flag in the medical market. Many advisors are trying to attract physicians while hiding the very expertise physicians are looking for. They understand doctors. They enjoy working with doctors. They have doctor clients. But nowhere do they clearly communicate it. They're hoping doctors will figure it out. Hope is not a marketing strategy. Plant your flag. Tell physicians whom you serve. Tell them why you serve them. Tell them what you understand about their world. Make it obvious. Because doctors aren't looking for another financial advisor. They're looking for somebody who understands doctors. And they need to know they've found that person almost immediately. Now, let's come back to the pink door. One day, you may become the pink door financial advisor. Once you build your reputation and become the go-to guy or go-to gal among targeted groups of doctors, doctors will refer other doctors to you. And that's where the real magic happens. But let's help you get there as quickly as possible. But until that day comes, don't make physicians guess. Hang your sign, plant your flag. Help doctors know they're in the right place. And if you'd like help evaluating how attractive your marketing is to physicians, I've created a free resource called How to Optimize Your Medical Magnetism and Engage More Physician Prospects and Clients and not repel them. There's a link below where you can go and get your free special report. Inside, you'll discover the dimensions of medical magnetism that attract doctors and the mistakes that will repel them. You can download it below. I'm Dr. Vicky Rackner, and I want to thank you for joining me. And remember, trying to attract everyone may be the reason you're having such a hard time attracting doctors. If you like this, there's more about how to attract, engage, and serve more doctor clients. I invite you to watch this video. Thanks again for listening. See you on the other side.